Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? Well, I'm not one of those people to bitch and whine about the hot weather. Okay, I am. I slept poorly last night due to the heat, and I woke up feeling and apparently looking even more tired than usual. In fact, I looked so rough when I first woke up this morning, my phone's facial recognition system failed to identify me. However, despite the tired face and the sunburnt feet, and for the record, fishing barefoot, not a great idea, I'm here and ready once again to take up the good fight. By the way, as it is a Monday, my latest weekly column is out now. It's called Not All Construction Deaths Are Created Equal, and you can find it using the link that I posted to the very top of the chat. Now, without further ado, let me get the show on the road, roll the intro, and what else I want to do? I'm going to post the question of the day as well. Here we go. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. Apparently, I'm not alone in struggling to sleep. Peter Haddock slept badly, and he works in an attic room. Good luck with that for today. That's not going to be fun at all. And while I'm here, I'm going to say a very quick good morning to Dan Cullen, who has just joined us. 26 degrees already. This is torture. Yeah, we're a funny old breed, us Brits, aren't we? We complain all the time about the cold weather. The warm weather comes along, and guess what? Yeah, we complain about that as well. It is Monday, the 11th of July, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony, and today I shall be the Rear Admiral of Demolition because, why not? In today's show, we're counselling caution over the word compliant, as it may not mean what you think it means. We're heading for Bonny, Scotland for some railway bridge demolition action. We're going Dutch as we do a quick flyby of some Netherlands demolition. And not one but two US universities have waved goodbye to long-standing and beloved blocks. We'll get into all that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And it's many happy returns to the 6th President of the United States of America, John Quincy Adams, and to Scottish national hero Robert the Bruce. And we're going back to Scotland a little bit later in the show, bagpipes and all. A happy birthday also to Magnificent Seven actor Yul Brynner, Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani, heavyweight boxer Leon Spinks, and to Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora, to former West Ham striker Tony Cottee, and to tennis star Caroline Wozniacki. But far more importantly, it is a happy 80th birthday to my dad. Many happy returns to them, one and all. He won't be watching, but you got to do these things, haven't you? If you were here for the Saturday Social Show, you'll have to forgive me as I'm about to revisit one of the subjects we touched upon at the weekend. However, this time around, it will not be a stream of consciousness word salad. This time I've actually done a bit more thinking, a bit more digging, and actually reached a few conclusions. But before all of that, allow me to set the scene. The website of the National Federation of Demolition Contractors serves a multitude of purposes. It is a hub for NFDC members. It's a news portal, although the news included is only about those within the Federation. It details who the senior officers are and what medallions they get to wear. And, of course, it allows members to point proudly to their listing and say, look, I'm officially now playing with the big boys. But the website serves another purpose. And that purpose is as a shop window through which to showcase those companies considered worthy of membership. So if you're a main contractor, a local authority, or even a private individual that needs a spot of demolition doing, you can search by region and find a demolition contractor that will be able to help. Now, being listed on the NFDC website does, I'm sure, offer potential clients a certain peace of mind. After all, the NFDC is an organisation with a proud tradition, and it likes to remind us that its members are the very best of the very best. And besides, each member listing shows in clear black and white who among the elite are currently considered compliant. So when you choose a contractor, you're getting the very best of the very best with a compliance cherry on top, right? Not necessarily. I did a quick check on Saturday morning and found that 7 of the current NFDC members that have admitted involvement in the bid rigging scandal that is currently being picked over by the CMA are still shown as compliant. The 2 companies named by the CMA that have not yet admitted involvement, Erith Group and Scrib Group, are also shown as compliant. Now, while you're mulling over the fact that you can be compliant while being named in a collusion probe, here's another point. Erith Group said last week that it is being investigated over a site fatality. That hasn't impacted upon its NFDC compliant status either. And Brown and Mason Group was actually fined in the past few weeks over a site death of its own. They too are still shown as compliant. And yet several companies are shown as non-compliant because they didn't submit the site for auditing within the allotted time frame. Now, there is an important distinction to draw here. Compliance in NFDC circles means that a company has successfully passed an NFDC site audit. It doesn't mean that member companies are saintly, angelic, or that they have not been involved in serious or even fatal accidents. And the problem is, the website doesn't make that distinction. It merely says whether a company is compliant or not. And to the client that only deals with demolition occasionally, that is surely open to misunderstanding. At best, it's misleading, but at worst, it could be seen, surely, as misrepresentative of the facts. And there's a bit more to all of this. Keltbray, another of the companies to admit involvement in the bid rigging scandal, is, like all the others, shown as compliant on the NFDC website, and yet it is shown as uncertified under the Safety Schemes in Procurement, or SSIP scheme. Keltbray Built Environment was recently named on the £1.1 billion Pagabo Demolition and Land Remediation Framework. Now, whether or not the built environment distinction is important, I have no idea. At the same time, I hope you're following this, at the same time, John F. Hunt Regeneration also won a place on the Pagabo framework. Yet it is currently shown as non-compliant on the NFDC website because it has not yet completed a site audit. It is also shown as uncertified under the SSIP scheme too. So when the NFDC boasted proudly that only NFDC members have been selected to the Pagabo framework, it was once again being just a touch disingenuous, as one of those companies had a foot through the Federation door, but had not yet satisfied its own standards for membership. So, to avoid confusion, you can be compliant on the NFDC website even if you have admitted involvement in a bid rigging scandal. You can be compliant on the NFDC website even if you have been involved in a fatal site accident. But if you fail to submit a site for auditing in a timely fashion, or if your paperwork is a bit to cock, you are non-compliant. Now, I wonder how many client companies are aware of that distinction. Now, if that little segment didn't get the working week off to a suitably explosive start, then perhaps this next bit will. We're heading for the University of Alabama, which has just said a very impressive goodbye to the Tutwiler Hall student accommodation block. Love the fireworks, although there are probably now students in the University of Alabama that believe that blocks like that are imploded from the top downwards. They're really not. Anyone that watches our regular business briefing shows with Builders Conference CEO Neil Edwards will know that Scotland has what is best described as a fluctuating workload in the field of construction and demolition. 1 month it is up, the next it is down, a bit like the Highlands in some respects. As a result, we don't get north of the border anywhere near as often as I would like. However, as Scotland's railway makes way for the electrification of more of its network, something has to give. And in this instance, the something that has to give is a bridge at Cartscraig Road in Pollokshaws. Take a look. Just so you know, we specifically chose that music for Gary Muirhead, Callum McIntosh, and all our other friends in bonny Scotland.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust, and air quality systems, sensors, and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
Okay, people, it's time for something a little more soothing. We're about to take to the skies to admire the work of Dutch demolition giant Balen from way on high. There's just something about green machines, isn't there? Just to let you know, I know that the guys over at Awesome Earth Movers were over to see Balen over in the Netherlands just a day or two ago. Keep an eye out for Awesome Earth Movers next edition, because I'm sure that will be featured within.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
Great to see the chat filling up. I'll be getting to that very, very shortly indeed. We've already seen the demolition of one former educational block at an American university this morning, and we have another one. This time it is the chemistry building at the University of Maryland that is being consigned to the pages of history. 50 years and gone in 30 seconds.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today, and it has been busy, which I like to see. If you can't stick around for that, then please stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. But if you have both the time and the inclination, I'll see you on the other side of this.